Once upon a time, in a small village by the sea, there lived a young girl named Maya. Maya was 8 years old. She had big brown eyes and curly hair that danced in the wind. Every morning, she woke up early to watch the sunrise from her bedroom window. The gentle waves and the orange sky made her heart feel calm. Maya lived with her mother, father, and little brother, Arjun. Her grandmother, whom everyone called Arji, lived in a cozy cottage at the edge of the village. Arji's cottage was filled with the scent of jasmine flowers and the sound of her soft humming. Maya loved visiting Arji. She always listened to Arji's stories about brave heroes, flying ships, and hidden treasures. One day, Arji fell ill. She could not get out of bed. Maya's heart hurt when she saw her grandmother so weak. She held Aji's hand and said, "Aji, I wish I could help you feel better." Aji smiled weakly. "My dear child, you already help me. Your visits bring me joy. But if you want to help more, promise me one thing." Maya nodded eagerly. "Anything, Aji." "You must find my grandfather's old pocket watch," Aji whispered. "He gave it to me on our wedding day. It holds memories of our love. I cannot rest until it is safe in my hands again." Maya's eyes shone with determination. "I will find it, Aji." That afternoon, Maya ran to her room. She looked under her bed, inside her toy box, and in all her drawers. But the watch was not there. She remembered seeing it only a few days ago on Aji's bedside table when she had come to visit. Now it was gone. Maya gathered her courage and said to her mother, "Mama, Aji's pocket watch is missing. She needs it." Her mother placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. "Don't worry, Maya. We will help you find it." Maya and her father visited Aji's cottage. The door was unlocked. Inside, the furniture smelled faintly of lavender. Maya looked around carefully. On the bedside table, she saw Aji's handkerchief, a small lamp, but no watch. She felt a lump in her throat. Her father whispered, "Let's ask Aji's neighbor, Mr. Rao. Maybe he saw something." Mr. Rao lived in the yellow house next door. He was a kind man with a bushy mustache. When Maya knocked on his door, he answered with a smile. "Hello, Maya. What brings you here?" Mr. Rao asked. "It's Aji's pocket watch," Maya explained. "It is missing. Did you see it?" Mr. Rao's eyes softened. "I'm sorry, child. I didn't see it, but I did hear footsteps near Aji's cottage last night. It was dark, and I thought it was the wind." Maya's heart beat faster. Footsteps. Someone might have taken it. She and her father thanked Mr. Rao and hurried back to the cottage. Maya decided she would search outside too. Perhaps the watch had slipped and fallen somewhere. At dusk, Maya walked along the shoreline. The sand was cool beneath her feet. She looked carefully at every shell and pebble. Suddenly, she noticed something shiny, half buried in the sand. She bent down and picked it up. It was a small golden key, covered in salt and sand. Maya frowned. This is not the watch, but it might be related. She placed the key in her pocket and continued searching until twilight turned the sky purple. Back home, she cleaned the key. It was old, with tiny initials engraved. A and R. Maya's heart skipped. Aji's name was Rajeshwari, and her husband's name was Anand. Their initials were A and A, not A and R. The key puzzled her. That night, Maya could not sleep. She thought of Aji's stories. In one tale, Aji spoke of a secret drawer in her writing desk. Perhaps the key fit that drawer. Maya made up her mind. In the morning, she would check the desk. Before sunrise, Maya tiptoed to Aji's cottage. The door creaked softly. Inside, she found the writing desk in Aji's study. It was an old wooden desk with many drawers. Maya knelt and tried each drawer. With the golden key, Click! One drawer opened. Inside was a small leather pouch. Maya opened it and gasped. The pocket watch lay inside. Its glass face cracked, but still shining in the dawn light. "Oh, thank goodness," Maya whispered. She held the watch gently. It felt heavy with memories. She hurried back home to surprise Arji. When Arji saw the watch, tears filled her eyes. "My dear Maya," she said softly. "You found it. How clever you are." Maya placed the watch in Arji's frail hand. "Here, Arji. I promised, and I kept my promise." Arji closed her eyes and held Maya's hand to her heart. "This watch held our happiest days. You have given me hope and love," she smiled. For several days after, Arji's health grew stronger. Maya visited her every morning and evening. They talked, laughed, and sometimes sat in silence, listening to the gentle waves. One afternoon, Arji said, "Maya, there is something I want to give you." Maya's eyes widened. "Me?" she asked. Arji reached into her pocket and took out a small red journal. "This is my diary. I wrote many stories here when I was young. I want you to have it." Maya opened the diary. The pages were filled with neat handwriting and small sketches of birds and flowers. She ran her fingers over the words. "These stories are very old," Arji said, "but they are full of dreams and courage. I hope they inspire you." Maya hugged the diary to her chest. Her eyes glistened with tears of joy. "Thank you, Arji. I promise to read them, and one day I will write my own stories." Life in the village changed. Maya felt a new sense of purpose. Every day after school, she sat under a big mango tree near the shore. She read Arji's diary by the afternoon sun. She learned new words and wrote them down. She practiced reading aloud so her voice could grow strong and clear. One evening, as the sky turned pink, Maya overheard some children teasing her little brother, Arjun. They laughed at his lisp and his shy smile. Arjun's shoulders sank, and he ran home crying. Maya's heart ached for her brother. She remembered Arji telling her that kindness and courage go together. She decided to help Arjun. The next day, Maya went to the children who teased Arjun. She stood tall and said, "Please stop. My brother is brave. He can speak as well as anyone else." The children looked surprised. None of them expected Maya to speak so firmly, but her courage shone in her eyes. Slowly, they backed away and mumbled apologies. One boy said, "I'm sorry, Arjun. I didn't mean to hurt you." Arjun peeked from behind Maya. He wiped his tears and whispered, "Thank you, Maya." That night, Arjun hugged Maya. "You are the best sister," he said. Maya smiled. "We help each other. That is what family does." Months passed. The mango tree grew thick leaves, and the sea breeze turned cool. Maya continued to read and write every day. She practiced speaking in front of her parents and Arji. They clapped and cheered, making her feel proud. One morning, a letter arrived from a school in the nearby town. It was an invitation for a storytelling contest. Maya's teacher encouraged her to enter. The prize was a chance to speak on the village radio. Maya's heart beat fast. She had never spoken on radio. She felt nervous. Arji placed her hand on Maya's shoulder. "Remember, my child, stories come from the heart. Speak with honesty, and people will listen." Maya spent days preparing. She chose one of Arji's stories about a brave sailor who found hope in a storm. She practiced every sentence slowly and clearly. On the day of the contest, Maya and her mother traveled to the town by bus. Maya held the red diary close. At the community hall, many children waited. Some looked more confident than Maya. She felt butterflies in her stomach. When her turn came, Maya stepped onto the small stage. A soft light shone on her. She opened her notebook and took a deep breath. "Good morning, everyone. My name is Maya. Today, I will tell you a story of hope," she began. At first, her voice trembled, but as she spoke of the sailor, the storm, and the bright sunrise, her voice grew strong. She looked at the faces in the audience. She saw nods and smiles. When she spoke the final words, "Even in the darkest storm, we can find our light," the hall exploded with applause. Tears filled Maya's eyes. She bowed and left the stage. Outside, her mother hugged her tightly. "You were wonderful, Maya." The judges announced the winners. Maya's name was called for first prize. She could hardly believe it. The prize included a small trophy and a radio interview that afternoon. Back home, everyone celebrated. AG hugged Maya and said, "You have made us so proud." That evening, Maya sat by the radio. The announcer introduced her story and played her interview. Maya's clear, confident voice filled every home in the village. Listeners wrote letters praising her words. From that day on, Maya felt a new confidence. She knew that speaking in simple sentences could touch people's hearts. She continued to read Aji's diary, write her own stories, and practice speaking every morning under the mango tree. Years later, Maya became a teacher in the same village school. She taught children not only to read and write, but also to speak with kindness and courage. She shared Aji's diary stories and encouraged her students to find their own voices. Maya never forgot the day she found the pocket watch or the lessons Ayeji taught her. She passed on the golden key, the one with the initials A and R, to her own granddaughter on her wedding day, telling her, "This key unlocks stories of love and hope. Keep it safe and let your voice shine." And so, the little village by the sea remained alive with gentle waves, orange sunrises, and the sound of brave voices speaking simple, honest words. Maya's story lived on in every child who learned to speak with courage, reminding everyone that even the smallest voice can make a big change.